Drake hates Kendrick Lamar. It is so clear. And Katrina, don't jump on the bandwagon now with your shot glass in your hand trying to
Take
be
a
Drake.
shot for me.
If you're just listening to us right now and not watching, you are doing yourself a disservice. Katrina B is holding a shot glass in her hand right now in honor of Drake performing a couple days ago. And he was on stage, and I guess his fans were chanting F Kendrick.
Yeah.
Not nice. And Drake said, grab me a shot. I'll drink to that. Here's the thing.
I agree. Nessa, I agree.
You've
always taught me. You've always taught me. If someone hates you, what did you
them
teach
more.
me?
Oh, I was like, hate them more. I don't know, but it's one of those things. It's like, what was it? I think Michelle Obama says something, when they go low, you go high, or something like that. Or when I'm the opposite. When they go low, you go lower to the depth of hell.
That's right. So we'll take a shot for that.
Here's the thing. Drake is not supposed to like Kendrick. And anyone who's surprised by this, you are fooling yourself. There is no way I would be okay with somebody who basically launched one of the most successful diss songs ever and now is going on a world tour dissing me, right? And has successfully just created such animosity towards my success, career. I don't know. It's a couple shots to that for me, but
Take
I'm
a bottle
petty.
for me.
Yeah, he really should have took a whole bottle.
Nessa, I have a question. We think they'll never make up, right? Like, we know Jay-Z and Nas, they ended up making up, performing together. Do you see this happening 20 years down the line? They're past it. Because that other beef I just talked about, that was real beef. Or is this going to be Ja and 50 forever beef on site?
I think it's on site forever.
Yeah.
It's just not possible to call someone the P word.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And to talk about, accusing them of messing with underage people and it like magically disappearing.
So do you
I
think
just don't
Drake,
see that happening.
So do you think Drake is petty for being like, I'll drink to that? You think he should just leave it alone or just...
I think he should go harder. I think Drake needs to call out Kendrick by name. I think that's the part that's bothering me in all of this.
Mm-hmm.
There's no name addressing. Like, just put the at in front of the name. Right?
Like,
because
he should start the chants. He should start the chants at his show.
Because technically, he could be talking about anybody. He could say, oh, no, I heard a different chant, or somebody else said something, or I took a shot because the energy was so high. He could say it in like a gazillion different ways and why he took that shot. Let it be known. Let it be known. I'm a very let it be known kind of person. If you don't like me, let me know. It's good. And I will let you know I don't like you either. And so I just think Drake should go harder. That's me. I know everybody wants him to take the high road, which I have no idea what would be the high road at this point.
Come back and make good music.
Well, that's a given. The assumption is he's making good music. The assumption is he's going to give us some good music. In addition, I'm not saying he has to go out of his way to diss Kendrick because that's like a bit weird. But I think in moments like that, or if he ever has a conversation, some type of interview or anything, I don't think he skate from saying the name.
Like, oh, and at the end of the interview, oh, and by the way, F Kendrick.
Well, I think it has to be prompted. Like, whoever's having a conversation with him, I think it's okay for Drake to acknowledge what has happened, how he feels about it, and how, he's not wavering from the situation. To me,
I think you're right.
I think Drake has built enough of a successful career and catalog. He is a superstar. I think he can smile during a conversation about the whole thing and also be petty by addressing it. That's just me.
I think you're right. I don't
know if I'm a fan of I don't know if I'm a fan of the whole jump on streamers and do everything else outside of that. I don't know yet. I understand why he's doing that because that's just like the times we live in now. But I'm ready for Drake to give us great music, address the conversation, And let it be known that him and Kendrick will never be on the same page together, on the same stage, on the same song or anything. It is okay, by the way, people, to not like somebody. It totally is. I think, you know, a lot of times people see artists or even athletes or anybody within the same kind of working space and assume everybody has to be friends and buddies. And that's not the case. And you and I know more than anybody within our world, there are no friends.
Yeah.
Well, at least for me. But I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that because I think I have a 20-year career of knowledge and wisdom to know that now. Maybe younger me, inexperienced, rookie days, I didn't understand that. Now, you don't like me? Okay. It's not going to keep me up at night. In fact, it's all right. We don't like each other.
Right.
And it's okay if people know that we don't like each other.
And
as long as there's no harm that comes from it, right? Anything that can go to another level where it's dangerous, then that's obviously a no. But I think it's okay to say, hey, those two people don't like each other, so we're not going to have them sitting next to each other at an award show.
But to take it a step further with the point you're making, you could still even work with somebody you don't like. Now, they won't, but you're talking about the industry, just anything. Like, think of all the superstar movie stars, right? Not everybody likes each other in movies or in TV shows, right?
Yeah.
But they have to work together every day. Because I was thinking about like all these other stories of hearing movie stars or castmates that ended up not liking each other. But I was like, damn, they're good actors because I had no idea.
Didn't they say Ryan Gosling in The Notebook?
Him and Rachel McAdams didn't like each other?
Yes.
Let me
type it up. Look it up really quick. I think there was a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but boy, did they overcome that. And then I think supposedly they dated in real life, if I remember correctly.
And that could be it. And even Game of Thrones, remember Cersei? She dated the guy, thinking his name was Bronn. And they, well, you know what? They never filmed scenes. I think their breakup was so messy, they didn't film scenes together.
Ooh, see, that's okay. I'm okay with that, though. I think we have to stop pretending
in the project.
Yes. I think we have to stop acting like we have to like everybody. It's not like this utopian society that we live in. People don't like each other, and that's okay. All I'm saying is just keep that same energy when you see me. Because I'm okay with that.
So what happens when Drake sees LeBron?
Oh my gosh, don't do that. Besties have broken up for real.
We talked about this. We
were the first, if not one of the first, okay?
Yeah.
People had a conversation and were honest when this whole situation unfolded and said, hey, Drake should feel some type of way towards LeBron for showing up to Kendrick's pop-out concert because, hello, the song Not Like Us is one of the most disrespectful songs ever. And here you are thinking LeBron's your friend and he's singing and dancing along to it. There is absolutely no way they could still be friends. And we were correct, by the way.
Yes,
because
we were.
Now we know, again, after Drake's show, Drake covered up his LeBron tattoo.
Drake had a LeBron James number 23 jersey on his arm. And during the show, his sleeve kind of poked up and you could tell that the tattoo got covered.
Wow.
With the basketball player who's actually the current MVP from Oklahoma City Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So it was one of his jerseys instead. And he just won the championship too. And fun fact, he's from Toronto. Or he's from Canada at least.
Okay, well, that's an important fact because I was going to say, I mean, Drake can't keep on getting tattoos of just the MVP.
Drake needs to get a tattoo of me on there because we called it out.
We did, and we're actually loyal. That's the difference in this whole situation. Get a tattoo of us, okay?
I would do the same thing. So Drake covered it up.
Yes.
You could see it. I wonder if LeBron feels away. Like, yo, what did I do, man? I was just going to the concert. I enjoy his music.
I could see that too.
Because a lot of people didn't agree with our take. And lo and behold, Drake covers the tattoo.
People came for us thinking that we're trying to drum up beef between Drake and LeBron. I'm sorry to break the news to you guys. We're not that important, okay? Drake and LeBron's not checking for Nessa and Katrina. They're not checking for Nessa off air's takes right now.
They should, though.
No, they should, but because I think we have better wisdom and advice than the circles that surround them. But I just think it's not hard. It's not rocket science, guys. If your friend is singing along to a song that is disrespecting your other friend, calling them peas and saying that they're doing stuff that's illegal, all right, and inappropriate, and singing it at the top of their lungs with a third party, guys, I don't want your friendship. If you don't understand that's a problem, if you don't see that being an issue, I don't even know how you have friends.
People are like, oh, he's just, he can like the other songs. Oh, this is what men do. They're okay doing this. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
We draw lines. Here's the thing. I draw lines. I also understand I'm like the last of them that draws lines, right? Yeah. Like for me, it's a hard no on certain things. So that's why I understand how Drake feels in that. Because there's no way, Katrina, you being my friend are hanging out with another person that completely hates me and has a song dissing me, saying that I do all types of horrific things, and you're singing at the top of my lungs, and you expect for us to be friends again.
Right. Absolutely.
To be honest, I let you slide now with certain things, with certain proximity to people. It's because I'm a mom now and I just don't have the energy to care. But a song to that magnitude, I mean, no.
So what would it take for you to cover up a Katrina tattoo that you have? That or less?
Absolutely. I mean.
What if I don't finish my work for 3 years?
I mean, I would have been covered it up by now, right? Or I would have definitely not, because that's a reality. So you got to give me a situation that's not the case. I don't know. I know exactly what it is. You working with the NFL, right?
Yeah,
That's my hard line, right?
That's crazy.
I hate when people are like, oh, but I still like love Colin and I support him, but I'm gonna watch the NFL. I'm sorry. Maybe in your mind, you think that's a way to support him. No, it's not. You're actually part of the problem. And I've said it.
Because you keep supporting them.
Yes, you keep supporting the NFL that effectively blackballed Colin for peacefully protesting against police violence that's been happening to Black folks in America. That is the bottom line. You can sit here and tell yourself a million lies and why Colin's blackballed. That's it. Get over it. And also be okay with your decision.
Yep.
And you know what? It's one of those things, like, I'm always thinking about, like, what about broadcasters? What about, I don't know. I'm always conflicted in that. But I do think there's some people who've done a really great job knowing that they are sports broadcasters, but they took a hard stance on what's happened to Colin, like Jamal Hill. So I do think there's a way that somebody can continue their career in sports, but also make it a point to say the truth and stand up for Colin, especially anytime an opportunity comes up.
So you got no beef with broadcasters still watching because it's part of their job?
I think, I don't know, but because I don't want to hold myself to it, I think I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm okay. I think that's fair. I think I understand it. Of course, I'm never going to be 100% okay, but I understand that, especially if they aren't shying away from the conversation, right?
Right.
Even to this very day, I would love a sportscaster to be honest. Well, you know what? Ever since they blackball Colin Kaepernick, the quarterbacks aren't looking the way they used to, right? Because that's what I've heard from people along the way, who try to come up to me to spark conversation with me. Things like that. Or, Colin is not retired. He is an active, what is it called, Katrina?
Free agent.
Free agent. That's how much I have completely disconnected from the NFL. But he's a free agent. Like, just say the truth.
Right.
That's it. I don't need you to lie. None of that. No, just say the truth for what it is. I respect people who can go into spaces like that and still speak the truth. Even if everybody else is uncomfortable about it.
Yeah. People are too scared.
Of course they're scared. They saw what happened to Colin, right?
Yes,
they're scared of seeing what happened. They also
job.
See this administration suing every damn network and every network caving. Like, of course everybody's scared. But after you have been subjected to this, and I have seen what has happened to Colin, you no longer have fear. For
That's
me,
deep, man.
It's like, oh, okay, they blackballed him. Okay, they took his livelihood. You think that's gonna stop Colin?
No, I know Colin.
Do you think it's gonna stop Colin from continuing his life, smiling, enjoying, and figuring out what else to do? He's been, okay. Right. Does that mean that like he doesn't want to play? He's always gonna have that love. Hello, it's his dream since he was a child. Yeah. So all these things can be true at once. I don't know how the tangent went from Drake dissing Kendrick to now me hating the NFL. I feel like it's a full circle every time for me.
Let's talk about other truths that are being revealed.
You know what's so interesting about that, though, that I said that? Kendrick did perform at the Super Bowl.
He did.
So my allegiance technically should be to OVO.
So you're OVO Nessa.
I'm OVO Nessa.
We need to get
I just
you
can't
an L.
understand. I just am not buying it. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I don't care who's performing. I don't care what teams make it to their big game. I don't care about none of it. I truly, because they showed who they are, and they're continuing to just show you they don't give a damn about what anybody says.
Right.
And you're allowing it. You're allowing their behavior to be okay because you're partaking in their festivities.
People are weak, man. People are weak in their sheeps.
Not for me.
Not for you. Absolutely.
Okay.
Should we go talk about something, a truth that was revealed, or talk about something else petty?
No, we'll get to petty. We'll wrap up the show on petty. Let's talk about truth. Let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion in love with her NBA superstar boyfriend, Klay Thompson. Good for them.
I was hating on Klay Thompson. Remember, I was hating on Klay Thompson for a second.
There's a backstory on your hate towards Klay Thompson because he used to be with your favorite team, the Warriors, and then he left, and you don't like how he left. You felt like it was disrespectful. That's in summary, right? So there was already conversations and rumors, especially TMZ was running with it, and I have my theories on that, which I'll get to, that Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson were dating. Megan Thee Stallion actually posted this photo, and in the photo you see in the background Klay Thompson lounging on one of those kind of pool chairs, right? Minding his business. And so everybody zoomed in. Hello, it's the internet. And everybody said, hey, it looks like Klay Thompson.
And it's so obvious. If you're going to post it, you're looking, especially any picture these days, you're posting it. You're looking to make sure everything looks good. You're looking. She knew Klay Thompson was there. Like, if this happened to be a coincidence.
Obviously, everybody's talking about it. Then TMZ puts up a report. They had very strong words, like their relationship was confirmed, right? Yeah, like they were
not even sources say.
Yeah, they were just matter of fact, like they are a couple or whatever it was, right? And I was like, okay, relax. But again, I'll go back to that theory. Fast forward a couple days later. Yeah, Klay Thompson posts a picture, PDA with Megan, with Megan Thee Stallion, them holding hands, real lovey-dovey, flirty energy. And then kissing. And then Megan Thee Stallion posts a video of her sitting on his lap. I assume that's the man that's behind her, right? That's the person. And she basically thanks her boyfriend for giving her a collectible LOOOOOVE. And so she's ungifting it in the camera, smiling, happy. I mean, it was from her boyfriend. So I guess Klay Thompson is her boyfriend. I would hope, right? At this point.
It's funny. It's funny because you never see the two of them, both their faces in the picture. So even Klay, when he did his post, it was the back of Megan's head, right? And it was their hands holding hands, right? And then when she was sitting on his lap, you don't see him. You just see the guy and you see his hands on her thighs. Right. Like you never see. I'm waiting for I think it's a hard launch, but I'm waiting for the rock hard launch. Like, show us a picture of you two. But y'all trying to be cute. Let's see it. Klay, I already got beef with you. Let's see it.
Are we going to care at that point? I feel like at this point we've heard so much about them. I think we'll obviously say, oh, they look cute in this photo when we see both their faces in it. But I think at this point, it's so much. And I like Klay, unlike you. I don't want to start to dislike him because, Megan Thee Stallion is super, internet energy, right?
Yeah. Does she have a single coming out or something?
Like it's, and it's going to be like, gosh, if I see him so much as her, I don't know. I might not like it as much. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, she got liquor she's trying to sell. That's what it is.
Oh, right. So funny enough, I'll tell you why I believe like TMZ had such strong words of confirming their relationship. It was just very strong, right? Other than them saying, hey, Megan told us. You know, from what I remember, I don't know if it still exists to this very day, but Roc Nation, specifically the CEO, Desiree Perez, had a strong relationship with them. That is what I was told by somebody that used to work there. Mm-hmm. And this person has also spoken publicly about how when he was there, that entity would try to send in negative stories about Colin so that people wouldn't feel bad that Jay-Z started to work with the NFL. Obviously during the time that Colin was blackballed at the height of it, right? Because everyone's like, whoa, Jay-Z. I remember the articles being like, Jay-Z crossed the picket line, right? Because so many artists were turning down performing for the NFL because they were in solidarity with Colin. More importantly, with the stance that he took and why he took it, right? So anyways, during that time, you know, Jay-Z obviously not liking, from what I heard, not liking the
backlash.
Yeah, that people had towards him, because how could he? Weeks prior to their announcement, he was wearing Colin's jersey performing on SNL, right? And, you know, having positive things to say about Jay. And then fast forward, he starts to work with the NFL when everybody else is like, yo, what's going on? We're supposed to be blackballing NFL, at least protesting against it until Colin starts playing again, because they should not punish him for his stance. Right. Especially when the NFL is acting like, oh, now they support the stance.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, talk about
180.
A mind.
Right.
Anyway, so for a long time, I heard that Roc Nation, they had a strong relationship with them. And Megan Thee Stallion is managed by them. I think specifically Desiree, if I remember correctly, who, by the way, listen, do your Googles, okay? Do some research.
Desiree Perez, do your Googles right now.
There is a lot going on, but I will not use our conversation to give her or them that light. I'm just giving you more of the insight of why I think TMZ had strong words about Megan, because I think they're on the inside of Megan's management team.
Yeah, and I think anytime something's going wrong or they're getting bad press or pub, hey, let's flood the timeline with something else. Like,
can I say something though? Not to say that I have restored any type of liking towards humanity. I feel like a lot of people are seeing through it now, though. I do.
You think so?
I do. I think a lot of people are seeing, definitely more so now than during the time that Colin was being blackballed at the height of it.
Yeah.
People were more scared to defend Colin against such a powerful entity like Roc Nation and Desiree.
Yeah.
And Jay, like, I think people were scared. I told you this one time, this A-lister had told me how she knew what was happening was wrong, but people were scared to speak up. This is an A-lister who had substantially more money than Colin, me, you, all of us combined times 10. Okay? So, you know, I do think that is true. Now, I think these days, right now, I do think people are getting sick and tired of the bullying behind the scenes. I know for me, I was tired of it, but I also knew, who am I? Nobody's going to care to defend me.
Right.
And, you know, they try to help bury Colin and any of us that were supporting Colin, and they didn't have to. They could have just left it alone. They could have just went about their business deal.
Right.
Look it up in ESPN, how much they got paid to get rid of the controversy around teams not signing Colin Kaepernick. I almost took that verbatim. I forgot what ESPN article that is. It was 5 years, $25 million. Look it up. That's how much they got paid to help get rid of the controversy. I'm not saying this because it's me. I'm just telling you in case you've never looked up or received that information, or people don't want to share that information. But I'm only bringing it in light of now, because there is a lot of discourse about what happens behind the scenes. And it's not just them. It's just big, powerful companies. entities.
But specifically them. There's a lot going on.
But specifically them, right?
And there's a lot of people speaking out. Shout out to
there's
Nicki
a lot
Minaj.
of people, right? There's a lot of people speaking out. Nikki's not my friend. She doesn't know me. She doesn't care about me. And she does know me as like maybe working in the industry, but we're not friends. There's a lot of things that she said, you know, pertaining her and how she was treated that, you know, to me, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
There's some people who are like, no, that couldn't happen. I'm like, oh, they've done more for less.
Yeah. For sure.
And
now let's keep it petty.
Listen, I like it. I'm in a petty
mood.
Like it? And it's because I'm sick and I got sick from you. So now I just have a nasty attitude.
You didn't get sick from me. Just
I
kidding,
did definitely get
I'm
sick.
sorry.
It's
New
fine.
rules. I'm going to stay 6 feet away from you all the time, Nessa.
Good. I'm glad.
I think that's where we're at.
Okay. I'm glad. Okay. So are we going to talk about Caitlyn Clark?
Your
Having
favorite.
having some of the worst games of her life?
Well, first, Caitlyn Clark, she's playing tomorrow against the New York Liberty. Excited to see it. That's the WNBA champs from last year. Shout out to them. Big fans. Shout out to Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu. So love them. Caitlyn Clark's going to play them, and Nessa wants Caitlyn to cry.
I do. I want the full tears.
Why do you hate her so bad?
Because she whines. Okay? She whines. And it's consistent and it's annoying. I understand you've tried to liken her to other players, specifically in the NBA, about, you know, complaining to the ref after every single play.
Yep.
Listen, if we put their complaints side by side, still Caitlyn Clark's bothers me because it's very dramatic, over the top. It's very, I deserve an Oscar for my acting. It's very like entitled energy.
It is.
It's
like playing with a little kid that's getting mad that you're beating them.
I just can't do it. That's not taking away from how great of a player she is or could be, because by her most recent games, it's not looking great for her. But I'm just saying it's also that bravado. So if you're going to have that, this is what comes with it. But complaining all the time? Come on,
so
give it a break.
You're talking about how she's been not doing well. I just got to pull this stat up. She's 6 for 34 from the 3-pointer in the last 9 games. 6
now,
for
is that
34?
her thing? Is that her thing?
She can shoot. She's a 3-point shooter. She'll shoot it from deep. Like, she can shoot.
So that would be concerning, right? Like, why is this happening?
6
for
for
her,
34 is a lot of shots being missed. That's 14.3% from the 3-point line. Like, that's really bad.
Okay.
I mean,
stand up for her. This is your girl,
She came
right?
off an injury.
Okay, that's fair. That's important.
But she's still a shooter, and that's very terrible. Like, you got to get out your shooting slump, I guess, but she's just been struggling, man. So there you go. You can have your petty wop, petty king. You could be all that.
I don't feel bad for her. I don't.
Well, there you go, Ness. You can be petty wop, petty whatever you want to be.
I want to see her cry. And if she wins, good for her. I just hope she doesn't complain about the win, right?
Yeah.
Why? We could have won by 100
minimum. 20 complaints per game, minimum.
That's crazy.
That's
Can we
wild.
get someone part of the Nessa Off Air community to keep tabs? Tell us in the comments on Reddit. I don't care where you do it at. Let's try to get an average of how many times we see Caitlyn Clark complain during a game. And let's, at the end of the season, we should just talk about what that average is.
It should be a drinking game, Nessa. Like, if you're watching the game, every time she complains you drink, you'll be drunk by the first quarter.
Absolutely. Not even the first 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes.
She's annoying. In that way, okay? Relax, fans. She's still a good player, but that does not mean I have to like her.
Yeah.
I don't like her complaining. I like when she plays well and I see the highlights because I'm not going to go out of my way to watch a full game of hers. But I'll watch a game that she's, like partaking in when it comes to a team that I like.
She's not that bad. She's cool. I don't
know.
Now when I watch her, I get annoyed because you're so annoyed. So I watch her. I was watching her last Sunday. She was playing Paige Beckers, who I'm a big fan of, and they won. And I was so annoyed. Like Amara was like, "Who are we rooting for, Mom? The white team or the blue team?" I was like, "What were they wearing at the time? I think they were wearing white." I said, "The white team." So okay.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. She's still a good player. She just whines a lot.
She does.
I don't like it. It's not for me. It's not. Okay. I don't have to like what everybody likes. Stop trying to bully us. I've seen people leave me mean comments because I'm not conforming to being a Caitlyn Clark fan. Guys, she's a great player. There are a lot of great players that I'm just not a fan of.
Let's talk about this, though. I got to talk about this because I think this is a really bad take. And I really want to talk about it because I think it's such a bad take. So Doecheii, you know, she's doing her thing right now. Just won a Grammy. Like, she's been killing it.
Oh, yeah,
right?
she's killing
it. It's her year. Right. So she was on the cover of British Vogue. And in the interview, I thought this was really interesting because she said that she thinks there's no superstar of this generation. So basically, she said, we don't really have a superstar of this generation just yet because there hasn't been enough time. When I look at pop culture right now, I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what does a Doecheii superstar look like? I have no clue. Bottom line, she said there's no superstar of this generation. And I think that's a wild take. I think that's disrespectful to so many people that are superstars right now.
To be fair, I think she's talking about herself, right? Like, she hasn't had enough time to prove to everybody that she is a superstar in that way, even though a lot of people already consider her a big star. I understand there's levels of stardom, right? Because if you look what she said, I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what does a Doecheii superstar look like? Still, what does it take to make that? And she's saying, I have no clue. But I think because, to be fair to the situation, because I totally disagree, I do think there are superstars for the younger generation, a gazillion %.
100.
I don't look at her as part of that class. I think she's more of the newer generation.
Absolutely.
Right? So I don't even know who we'd put in her bracket yet, because I do think part of the younger generation, I do think Doja Cat is a superstar.
I do.
I
think Billie Eilish is a superstar. I do.
Right. So I think in that way, does Doecheii look at herself part of that class? I don't know.
I don't think she is.
Yeah, I think Doecheii is part of the newer class. So I think if she's talking about that class, maybe. But young generation,
like Morgan Wallen and Jelly Roll or Teddy Swims, that's the newer class to me that will have potential to be big superstars.
Right. So, and I think for a lot of their fans, I think they might think they already are superstars. There are a lot of people, I mean, Jelly Roll, I know there's a lot of energy behind him. Morgan Wallen. Swims. Right. Morgan Wallen, I think there might be some problematic history there. I don't know enough.
Absolutely.
But I think he, for a lot of people, they consider him already up there. So all that to say, I don't necessarily agree, but I understand what she was talking about. I think she was trying to talk about herself. Like, she's not. So it's not at
as
that
wild
level
of a take.
No, she's not at that level yet, because I think she has very good self-reflection to understand she hasn't maybe done enough big splashes or whatever mainstream wise long enough.
Either way, Doja Cat and Doecheii, and I will always say this, those are Nicki Minaj's sons. Like, that's all Nicki's playbook. Every time I hear them, I'm like, oh my gosh, today I was listening to all Nicki today. I don't even know why. I just was.
I tell you I bought Nicki shoes?
No, you didn't.
I'll show you my receipt. Listen, again.
I'm a barb, Nessa. I'm a barb. I went to her show.
Point.
The Pink Friday show, it was amazing.
Here's the thing, Nicki's our generation, okay? Yeah. Just like when we look at J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick, that's just the vibes we've been on, right? So I don't know what it was. I think Nicki had posted something about her. She was in New York. It was raining. She had the shoes or whatever. And I don't know what it was, but I don't know. It was something about her posting about her shoes, and it's not this over the top glam energy of like a big corporation. And I like it. And she was actually posting about that while she was in a studio, and she was making a joke. Well, hey, when you don't have a big budget, to promote something, and she was talking about her shoes. It was something about that I just enjoyed. So I bought the shoes. I'm waiting on them to get delivered. Hopefully they fit, because I have big feet. So I don't know if Nicki's how, the sizing is going to work. They have not arrived yet. So I'm waiting for them. I'm curious. They look cute. They look cute.
I just think it's crazy because all these other new rap girlies, like literally Nicki kicked that door in and all the way down. Like Lil' Kim and them, they cracked it. Nicki kicked it down. Cross genre, cross gender, all the way.
I think a lot of people are going to come for you because of that. Because I don't think
statement.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Nobody's taken away that, of course, Kim, helped pave the way. There is no denying that.
I love Kim. I love Kim.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, Katrina, you better
By the
make
way,
it known. Yes. Katrina has been a Kim fan. And, I'm a Foxy fan. Like, if you've been following us at all, you would know this by now. But clearly, a lot of people will be new here and they don't know. So, yeah. But I think Nicki took it to a different level, as every generation should. Yeah, does that make sense? I think everybody...
Every era, the money people, right? The endorsements, the people that decide who's going to be on the cover of Vogue, they get more and more in tune, and they start seeing more and more women rappers. They're like, okay,
right,
I get it now,
right?
So they allow more of these to happen, and I think people walk or crawl so someone can walk, so someone can run, and right now they're running, like they're literally running.
And I do think that is really an accumulation of everybody that's gone through that door, knocked on it, cracked it, opened it, dismantled it, all of it. And I think what you see now is, the fruits of it, everything manifesting. But Nicki took it to me a different level to this day. There's something special about her pen game. There is something special about her delivery. And knowing how serious she takes rap and lyrics and putting it together, I love it, man.
Literally,
she understands the importance of writing and delivering, and the way she cares. I don't know. It's just nice to see that.
She's a great rapper. Like, you could put her in a top 10, top 5. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter gender. She's
women.
up there. She's up there, period.
There, all the way.
Sure.
I promise you. Today, I literally was listening to nonstop Nicki records. Yeah. My favorite verse is Up All Night. Then it's her monster verse. Like, it's insane. I was like, yo, she's so good.
Why do you think people try to dismiss her in a conversation? First off, do you think people do?
Yeah, I think they do, because I think she got so high and she was so part of a different era of superstars that maybe they think, okay, she's not right now. You know what I mean? But I think that's inaccurate as well. I think she'd come back if she did another 16-bar guest run on a bunch of things, she would wipe the floor with a bunch of people right now.
Absolutely.
Instant. It would be current. It would make sense. It wouldn't. It would sound like it belongs right now.
Right, in her own way. Also,
in her own way,
highlighting the importance of her pen game. Right.
Yeah. But literally, listen to Doja Cat and Doecheii. Listen to them. They're like the closest, mostly inspired people of Nicki Minaj.
Now, I don't know if Doechei's ever talked about that, but I think Doja has openly talked about how much Nicki's influenced her. So I don't think that's a secret.
Doecheei's also, she hasn't made, I don't know if she's spoken about it, but there's lots of videos of her rapping. Like, the Barbs, they find everything. Yeah. And they found videos of, Doecheii rapping along to, like, these are like deep cut Nicki records. Like, You could tell these are Nicki fans.
But according to AI, when I quickly typed on Google about Doecheii, Nicki Minaj, it says, according to this, Doecheii acknowledges Nicki Minaj as an inspiration. She also emphasizes her own unique artistry and career trajectory, differentiating herself from Minaj.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because they're saying, according to this, that some fans have accused Doecheii of copying Minaj's style, to where Doechei's acknowledging, of course, Nicki Minaj is an inspiration, but, she's a different artist. Yeah, I mean, guys, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be inspired by someone else, guys. Like,
yes, we're all inspired by somebody.
I'm actually happy that they're inspired by Nicki, because I love Nicki.
Can you imagine?
I love how Nicki raps.
Yeah, because they could be inspired by somebody else, and it wouldn't. Yes, so it's okay. It's okay to say that someone's inspired by somebody else. It's a compliment.
Yeah,
it doesn't take away from Doechei's greatness,
her creativity. Like, because you still got to be good,
for sure. And Doecheii is good.
Yeah, she's good.
Very good.
Doecheii or Doja Cat? Right now, Doja. I want Doja to rap more. Nessa, I've been saying this over and over.
I think she's
Doja Cat comes out with a 16-bar guest rap on people's right now. Not just make her album a rap album, which I don't think she's going to. But if she wanted to hop on people's tracks and did guest verses, she should show everyone, because Doja can rap, and a lot of people don't give her the credit for being a rapper. But she can rap.
She can rap. Yes.
She can rap.
I think she should. I like that idea of just like a verse. Just like, you want what? You want what?
People have
done
great runs.
And just drop a bunch of them.
Nicki's done great guest runs. J. Cole's done great guest runs. I need the Doja Cat guest run 16-bar era.
This is why I believe you and I, Katrina, not that Doja Cat cares about us. If we had any influence on any of the artists we talked to, they would have better outcomes. I'm sorry. I know that sounds arrogant, but we have good takes about this, right?
I think Doja should come do a freestyle here at Hot 97. Yo, she would just kill it.
Just come in, like, look, just can you imagine? She comes in, a faux fur, not a real fur, faux fur, right?
Yeah.
Low hat, move flex, pushes funk out the way, right?
Just starts rapping.
And just drops a verse and walks out.
And it has to be on Hot 97. Not
and that's it.
These other places where they do freestyles that
they recycle
97,
that they recycle show. Right. Because a lot of these places recycled what Funk Flex has been doing. Flex won't say it. I don't say it. Yeah. All right. They are his sons.
Yes, absolutely.
And just walk out. Don't talk to anybody. Let it do its thing. And that's it.
Spit. Let's go, Doja.
Do we know anyone who knows Doja Cat?
When you interviewed her, she was so funny. Do we know anyone that knows Doja Cat?
She had me laughing the entire time.
She's
the label
hilarious.
People are terrified. They're all yes men's. They're never going to be honest with an artist. Are you kidding me?
Too bad. Too bad. She needs to
hurt feelings. But that's, you know what? I think that's important for people to know. Like us being in the industry, let me tell you something. A lot of artists are surrounded by yes people. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter which part of the business that they work on. If there is somebody on somebody's payroll for whatever reason, right? If that person's success determines how you're going to possibly live, more than likely you're not going to say the truth to them. But if you do find someone that's willing to say the truth to you, you should keep them in your life. They are a very special person.
Some people can't handle the truth.
Well, that falls on them. You can't help that. But I just think it's important. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's what Doechei's talking about. I think maybe she feels that because nobody's just going against the grain and just killing it on a different level. Like, I think the last superstar when I think of like Lady Gaga. I do. Mm-hmm. I think it was just like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
And how long can she hold that reign for? She held it for a long time.
Yeah.
When people are seeing Lady Gaga now, it's not when she was wearing that meat dress. It's a different time.
Bro, she's done a album with Tony Bennett. Like, she's on some whole nother thing. She's doing movies.
She is now mega superstar. She lives in a different universe at this point. But, I think everybody's so... I don't want to say everybody, that's such a general statement, it's false, but a lot of the artists that I believe can take it to another level are so worried about the streamers, the this and what is going to work, and not just being so true to their self, regardless if anybody likes you or not.
Right.
I don't know. I think I look at like us, and not to make it about us, but could we talk about low-hanging fruit things that is more popular in the news and just have these outlandish takes about like politics just to go viral, right? To do like grifter energy, of course, but that's not what we do. If you ever see us talking about that, which we do talk about it, it's coming from a genuine place of concern or question. So I just think you have to drown out the noise and do what is best for you. And I know that sounds like really artsy out there, because people are scared to do that because that might mean it's not going to work. But I think that's okay. If it's supposed to work, it'll work out the way it's supposed to. And don't you want to do it in a way that honors your artistry? Don't you want us celebrating you for your true artistry instead of celebrating you for your fake artistry that's going to eventually fizzle out sooner than you think?
Wow, my bad. We're ending with bars.
I would care to have a artist boot camp, but I just don't care.
You should do it. You should do it.
Absolutely not. Do you know what like dealing with artists are like? Like we don't even deal with them at that kind of level. We deal with them at the most come in for an interview. And we have seen all types of energy. You could never in this lifetime pay me enough to manage an artist. I would never want to be a manager.
What about me? I'm nice. Would you manage me?
You wouldn't make it as a talent.
What if it was like OnlyFans? Like it was OnlyFans and I made it on
That's
OnlyFans.
easy. That's easy.
So you would manage me?
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, hold on, wait. Let me not glaze over the fact that you said I wouldn't make it as an artist. Why?
You wouldn't. The grit that you would need, you don't have it anymore.
Wow.
Now,
got it?
I think if you did like children's songs, right? Like if you went Miss Rachel route, I think you'd kill it.
I could kill Miss Rachel route.
But you wouldn't you wouldn't be able to top Miss Rachel because her work ethics are just different than yours. They are.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what the kind of artist you'd be? You'd give us a great like single and then that's it. A one-hit wonder kind of energy.
One-hit wonder?
But
oh my God.
But it's not because you're not talented.
You could be a more than one-hit wonder without the grit anymore.
Isn't that the problem? Isn't that what Doecheii might be alluding to at this point? Isn't that the problem with the world that we live in? It's why this newer generation still looks at Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, right, and Nicki, and they are holding still the game the way they do. Yeah. Because no matter how many artists that came after them just can't get to where they're at. And there are reasons for that. Now, there's multiple reasons. I'm not saying they all are justified or fair reasons, right? But there are reasons. And we can leave that to a part 2 in a conversation if people want to know that more behind the scenes, which, because we know, I've seen, you name it, all types of artists come and go.
And it's not just in the music industry. It could be any industry.
Right. Yeah.
There's some top dogs in there, and they're not going to go unless you're better than them.
Right.
Any industry.
Right. That's why when people try to count Drake out during this whole situation, I'm like, you're wrong. Anyone who's trying to count out Kendrick, you're wrong. Anyone trying to count out J. Cole because he's a better human being than the rest of us by self-reflecting during the conflict and removing himself out of it, you are absolutely wrong. To count out Nicki, you're absolutely wrong.
Right.
Do you know how many times all of them have been counted out?
A lot.
A lot of times people only see the successes. Their entire existence of creating their career, they've been counted out.
So the moral of the story is don't count people out and take a shot when you're getting petty.
Absolutely. And when they go low, you go lower.
You go lower.